What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the big thing. It is Thursday, and I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about today. We'll talk straight up to where Roxy was on, and rightfully so. There's a lot of people who are nervous about SAG and what's going on and what people can talk about, what people can't. That'd probably be a lot of the conversation today, of like what in general SAG is looking for, the fight itself. Brett and I were on the show yesterday making it very clear we support not only the SAG strike, but the writer strike and everything too. Maybe get a little bit more there. I do think that there's some confusing things when it comes to reviewers and influencers in general. I have heard from various people that because of criticism and because of the fact that there are no studios that are paying us to do stuff, unless it's like if there's like an influencer who gets a campaign to do a particular project, that is not advised at the moment. But if you're invited to go see a screening with the rest of the critics and you're doing reviews and reactions, apparently that is good to go. But people are, rightfully so, a lot of people are nervous. And we'll talk to Roxy a little bit about not just that particular thing, but we'll talk to her about the SAG stuff in general. And a few other things. Yeah, I'll probably bring up aliens again. Who knows? But we're definitely going to get an update on The Neighbor, because there's more stuff going on with The Neighbor. If you guys watched last week, then you'll know what we're talking about. But if you haven't got a chance to go over to the website, thekristianharloff.com, Capes and Cowls, Wicked Art got issue 1 up there, man. Go and check it out. Go and check it out. All right, listen. Let's get right into this thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm more interested in what's going on with this neighbor than anything else. So let's get to the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It is the big thing. It's me and weird hair and Roxy Stryer.
Oh, weird hair also. What happened?
Oh, yes. Let's see.
What happened? What happened?
And then this character.
Hey, guys!
Welcome back, everybody.
One of my favorite things is that we've been doing this for so long, and still somehow Brett doesn't know how microphones work in your intro.
Oh, you mean he always talks through?
Oh, no, I think it adds to the intro.
You're talking, and he whispers to me in front of the microphone, I'm just looking for that thing.
Yeah, it's the magic of Brett Sheridan.
They hear you, my dude.
I like them to see how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that there's things that you are uncomfortable talking about
I know,
right now. I understand, because I have so many shows I want to talk to you about.
I know. I'm like, I honestly feel like a scared little schoolgirl.
I know.
That's how I feel right now. Like, I also feel like this is truly how I feel. People are out for blood, and some of that is going towards the wrong people.
Sure.
Like, there are 10 human beings. Oh, what are we going to do?
Just turn off the switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are 10 human beings that are making hundreds of millions of dollars and billions of dollars off the hard labor of other people.
Yes.
All of the things should be directed towards those people. Like
Oh, you mean the millionaires that are striking to get more millions, Roxy?
I just mean, are you guys seeing on your social? Are you guys seeing this?
No.
Like, and obviously, don't be a scab. You shouldn't
Right.
be a scab. Then you're a tool.
And for people who don't know what that is, it's basically when you're crossing the line.
Yeah, but like, as in like you're non-union and you take a union acting role
Right.
to screw everybody else. That's horrible. Don't do that. But at the end of the day, some of the people that I follow on social, I don't know if this is happening to you guys. They're like, if I see anything that I believe to be I'm reporting your ass immediately. Here's the email to report people. Go get them, sick them. And it's like, what?
Does this surprise you?
No,
with
it's not
social
that
media?
It's not that it surprised me, but I am scared. I'm like,
Right.
we're all on the right side of this. There's only, you're either on the right side of this or on the wrong side of this. We stand with the union.
This gives, I mean, look, I'll preface it with this. There is, as you said, this is the right fight.
Yeah,
This is
100%.
the right fight, and there are a lot of greedy people trying to take advantage of people. This is the right fight.
And it affects all of us.
100%. But it also gives the gotcha people an excuse to say, who can I go after with my two thumbs? It does, for sure, because look, as I said, I wanted to make sure because it is very confusing to what people who review, critics, influencers, because there's a difference too with influencers where it's a matter of like what constitutes as an influencer. If you're on, it's not just somebody who's on TikTok and those two. If you're on a show like this and you're talking about things and talking about the news, you're considered
and you have influence over other people's thoughts or whatever.
Whatever it might be. Of course it is. However, there's a difference between, because there's like a thing with non-paid influencers of promotion of a movie. If you are asked by the studio to actively promote the movie, then I can see why they'd say, hey, maybe don't do that.
The word promote is confusing as shit to
Right,
me.
but the thing is too, if you are talking, I mean, everything, I think it's like active, like intentional promotion as opposed to, because everything is promotion of a movie. Even when if you're shitting on a movie,
you're promoting.
It's
Totally,
promoting.
that's what I think too.
But that's the whole point. There's not a clear cut like them being definitive in what they're saying, because that's not active promotion. Me going after going on my own dime, my own gas, and my everything else to go not paid, but the screening itself, going to see that film last night that I saw. You don't have to say it. Brett and I saw Oppenheimer, and we went, and while we were there,
one thing they've been clear about is that you're allowed to go to the movies. That's what they're telling everybody. You're allowed to stream things. You're allowed to go to the movies, but you're not allowed to promote the movies.
But that's the whole point. Is that you're not promoting it through. I mean, they made it clear. Reviewers, reactions, they're not telling critics not to do their job. They said that on that thing.
Right, critics.
Yeah, but that's not in definition of like I'm William Bibiani and I'm a critic. You critique you critique movies.
His 70 millimeter IMAX thing confused the people
hilarious.
too.
But you critique movies when you're on here, whether we're talking about whatever the last two movies that you saw. If we were on here talking today, you're critiquing them. You're in that conversation. I don't consider myself a critic. I consider myself someone who reviews movies and talks about it. But in the definition of it all, you can say, well, that's what you do. You go out. You're talking about the goods and the bads of the movie. You're a critic. You do the same thing on the show. You've been doing it for years.
Okay, but say that Angelina Jolie pops in here and starts talking about movies.
Very different. Very different.
I'm different than Angelina Jolie?
Just a tad. No, because if you're,
Does this mean like, so
you're
at what
more
point-
attractive.
There's a difference. But why is she here in the? She's here to
Or what
probably
about
talk about
Michael
a product.
Rosenbaum?
Yeah, but I mean, look, there's
Is he allowed to talk about movies right now?
Is he talking about his movies? Is he talking about there's a difference?
I don't know. I'm not
too.
even talking about. I'm not even talking about my movie.
I know you
I'm
mean.
like so scared. I feel like
I know that's the thing.
It's sad that you're scared, and I think
I
that's the
know.
problem. It just came out, and again, it reads like it's lawyer talk, so it's tough because I'm sure they had to cover all their bases. And the information isn't getting out to everybody as fast as it should. And it is good to play on the air of caution. So if you don't feel comfortable, I don't blame you at all. If anybody ever called me a reviewer or a critic,
Right.
that, I am none of these things. I'm the slapstick guy that's on the show, but I'm Brett Sheridan. I'm not like the character I play on this show. I'm me. So I mean, it's just me doing a live show.
It's also like above being scared, because this is not like some woe is all of us whatever. I also want to stand behind these actors.
Of course.
And I do think that some of the rules are really strange, like the cosplay rules and
Right.
stuff, whatever it
We
is.
talked about that yesterday briefly.
Right, yeah, where I'm kind of just
non-union can do it, but union can't.
Yeah, kind of weird.
Cosplaying. But I think what we came up with
But
yesterday.
you know, at the strikes, they're all themed. So, like, I went to the strike, and I've been going and picketing, and yesterday it was themed Saved by the Bell. So you have to dress Saved by the Bell. But you can't cause. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. Well, the reason why I thought, because I think that one was just kind of like thrown into the email. Like, by the way, if you're non-union, okay, but if you're union, you'd rather not. I think that what it is, because the union actors, there's so many different levels, and this is why a lot of people, like Brett and I were talking about this before, where people who don't really understand how it all works just think, oh, why do all these actors need more money, right? And it's like, because there are actors like again, Brett, myself, and SAG, we talked about this, how I think
Are rolling in it.
right, but I think that I've never gotten health insurance from SAG, because you got to need to make like $26,000 a year in SAG stuff, and I think that if you're paying your dues in SAG and you get into the union, if you're a union member, I think you should. If you're paying your dues and you're an active member, that's when you should get your health insurance.
Completely agreed.
Yeah, and
completely agreed. And the fact that 87% of the union doesn't
That's what I'm
qualify
saying.
for health insurance, that's a fucking massive problem. Did you guys see that they released yesterday all the side by sides of what SAG is asking for and what was
Oh,
rejected
yeah.
and
no,
not?
I want to
Oh.
hear. I want tell
It
us
was
because
12
this is,
pages
I want to
of
know.
12
Yeah.
pages
Summarize.
of things that were like disturbing. Obviously, the major issues coming down to residuals, coming down to AI, the things that we've been talking
Right.
about.
Those are the two major
Health
ones.
insurance
Yeah, right.
is a big thing as well. Same thing with how many pages. Like, here are the issues that actual actors care about, and I'm sure that Brett, you probably feel the same way about this, but tell me if you don't. The things I care about, obviously, money, not being replaced by AI, all of that, but also how many pages I'm being asked to learn per audition, like your sides. So for anybody at home who doesn't know, sides are basically pages of a script that you're sent that you learn and you have to put on tape. It's been a big problem since the pandemic that they will ask us to learn 12 pages. They'll send it and say, this is due tomorrow. And so you have to hire somebody, pay to get it done, find a friend to come over, film it, edit it together with a full body slate, send it off, and it takes hours, and there's no limitations on what the turnaround time can be and how many pages it can be. So you might be working on something for 10 hours that really all they would need is 3 pages to know if you should
And
have
who
the
knows if
job
they're
or
even
not.
watching the whole
Yeah.
thing?
Who knows if they're, I mean, we do know they're not.
Right.
They're not watching the whole thing. So there are certain things that people who aren't actors or who have never auditioned for anything, you might not be thinking are big deals, but those are big deals that they're rejecting. The union is saying, this is what we need. We need a maximum amount of pages that can be shot. And they're like, that the page count that they're coming back with is asinine. They're saying that you can't ask background workers to come in and shoot for one day and take their likeness for the rest of time.
Right. Well,
Rejected.
right.
Rejected.
Wait, that got rejected?
All of it's been rejected. That's why
Right.
they're fighting
I
against
know,
it.
but
They're-
I wasn't
so
sure if that-
instead they rejected it, and then they said something like, but we'll pay an extra $150 or something that was like ridiculous.
And to
like
get
a
their
flat
likeness
rate
to
fee.
get their likeness in perpetuity.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or like the request for residuals rejected and what's being offered, or what the increase should be for, or the penalty should be if you're working overtime, or if you don't get to eat lunch, or any of these things which haven't been updated in decades. Rejected.
Right.
They're so far away from making an agreement because everything that SAG is presenting, they're saying rejected. And if you look at these 12 pages of things, they've maybe come to an agreement on 6 clauses.
Right.
Like,
Which is why it's stalled already.
and those things are like, okay, awesome. Like, okay, great. So you're just, how long is this going to go when there's no wiggle room and they're
Right.
just not budging? They're
Not
No.
counter offers, straight up rejections. That's the big thing, is that it's not like, oh well, we see what you're saying, but we're willing to give this much.
This,
It's just like,
and this. They're not even negotiating.
No,
Well, that's
no.
what they said. I can't remember who it was who's been doing all the interviews with Fran Drescher, but he was like basically saying, "Look, we told them, let's sit down and talk. They don't even want to talk. We're not budging on this. So they're being, it's like I said,
because they're trying to bleed
Right.
everybody dry
So-
before they start
well, look
conversations.
what they're doing to the writers.
It's
Look what they're doing to the writers.
when I'm on the picket lines, I'm so impressed by these writers because they are, first of all, in great, like, they are not budging. They're
Yeah.
like, well, this is where we are. They are all like talking to each other about. It's so funny to watch them. They're like, oh, what if this person was crossing? They're writing stories as you're picketing together because they're trying to be creative. They are out there in the masses. Like, there's so many of them that
Yeah.
are still on the picket lines. They're months. What are they? 90 days in?
It's crazy.
Are they 3 months
Yeah,
in
it's
now?
rough.
Yeah.
And they are out and they are in full force. It's impressive what they're doing.
It is, overall, and just to go back to what you're saying as far as the cosplay thing, I think the reason why SAG is basically saying if you're in union, don't do it, because let's say someone, using the Angelina Jolie example again, let's say that she goes to something and she cosplays.
Me and Angelina Jolie together. Right.
But let's say she does. That's going to get a lot of social media posts. That's going to get a lot of promotion for that particular project. That's going to get a lot. So it covers, by them saying they're union members, it covers from the lesser known to the greater. I get it. I understand them
I
asking.
do. I get it. I get that
Right.
they're wary of it, but I think it is. I'm not understanding the themed. The themed striking.
Yeah,
Right.
that I didn't.
I didn't even know that was
But
a
I'm
thing.
there. I'm like, wait, everybody's in like these high ponytails.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was the thing. But I think that when it comes to, I don't think they really, to be honest with you, I don't think they even considered their members that do this. I don't even think they considered it when they
And
were.
there's a lot of them.
Tons. And I don't even think they considered it until they started getting all these questions. But even on the flip side of that, there are people. I had a conversation with someone that we work with. It was like, oh, I'm not going to post material. I'm like, dude, you're not even in this state. You're like, you're and I say this lovingly to this person. They're building their new channel, right? They're not union. They're not even close to it. And SAG's not looking at like to shut down the look. I'm sure they would love that if the entire internet didn't promote any of the studio shit right now at all, and everybody. But they know they're realistic. They know that they're still gonna. They're not gonna. I talked to somebody last night who was like, "Look, I support the strike. I support everything. I don't have a fucking care in the world to be in the union. I don't give a shit. I support them, and I hope that everything's going good. But
that's not your aspiration.
If me reviewing something is going to not let me into the union, I don't give a shit. Is what this person said. And I was like, oh, I get it. And like I said to them, I said, I don't think that that's what they're looking for. That's not what they're
looking
fighting
for people that are crossing picket.
Yeah,
that's going to be
it's
the
not,
opportunists. I think that like being a scab is being an opportunist, which means that during this time in which the people where this is their job can't work, you sneak your way in there. So would I if you are at home and you've never reviewed a movie in your life, is now a great time to start? Probably not. You don't want to start, but like this is what a lot of our friends do. Like this is just part of it. I know, and that's why I'm like, I think by next week the dust's gonna have settled. It's gonna be very clear on what you can and cannot talk about, and I'm gonna feel comfortable. It's just crazy when you're in it and you're hearing the conversations on the lines of like people are fucking pissed.
Of course they are,
and sometimes they misfire, because they're pissed, and I'm pissed
they're
too.
Looking for
Everybody's pissed.
It's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody's pissed. There's somebody that's fucking every night. We'll talk about her in a second. But listen, before
Is she fucking or crying?
I don't know. I don't know. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So if that wasn't a cliffhanger, let me tell you about AG1, ladies and gentlemen. You need the energy, whether you're Roxy's neighbor or whether you're on the picket line or whether you're trying to keep up with all of it. AG1 gives you that energy. Let me tell you about them right now. Here we go. AG1. You guys know I love AG1. I've been talking about AG1 forever, and now you guys have been talking about AG1. Athletic Greens, man, they are the best. They're the best. I love them, and they've been with us for so long now, and it's because you guys keep getting them. And I keep getting more and more people saying how much you love them, and now it's just a part of your daily routine the same way it's part of my daily routine. I put it in a water bottle every morning. I shake it up. I'm good to go. It's the best. And since I've been taking it, I'm sure since you've been taking it, you feel healthier. You feel better. You get that energy. Why take a bunch of different things when you can just mix one scoop of powder in water once a day? That's it. AG1 was designed with ease in mind so you can live healthier and better without having to complicate your routine. I love it. I mean, I've been doing it if you've been listening to this show, I don't think that you have not heard me talk about it. You probably know about them because I've been telling you about them. So good. The best. It's delivered to me every month and very easy to make it a daily habit. And I get the single serving AG1 travel packs also, just in case I'm out on the road. I never have to miss a day. It's the best. If you want to take ownership of your health, try AG1. Get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. But you have to go to drinkag1.com/bigthing. That's drinkag1.com/bigthing. Check it out and tell me about it. Once again, everybody, thank you. Especially thank you to AG1 for being a part of this show. And thank you to all of you who have, I saw so many people, whether it was DM or tweets or anything, who are signing up to AG1 using our code. And Roxy and I had this conversation not too long ago. And I'm sure you get it too. We get the. I love this. They said they listen to this show all the time and they want us to be like the #1 show in this space. And I said, well, how do you do that? And Brett and I talked about this yesterday. And people don't realize this. When you talk about all the stuff we were just talking about, people don't. Even though we know things so well, like little details, you can't expect the audience to, right? And like conversion rates. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So for people who don't know, like when we get these sponsors that we want, yes, it's great that we get the sponsors in general, but it's the conversion rate, meaning that if we tell you about it and you get it and you use our code, they say, oh, the listeners really are listening. They're getting it. We want to come back. We want to re-up. That's how you consistently get. That's how you can support the show, but that's how you consistently get better and better and better and more notice. And with the more views, you notice the views have been going up on the shows.
Like crazy.
The audio's been going up on the shows.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And the engagement.
Yeah, the engagement's been that's what I'm saying. So when you guys you're able to comment on it and you click like, but I also know not everybody has the means to be able to get a subscription to AG1 or all these other great sponsors that we have. But if you're able to, and you're like, well, I would love to do a super chat. We do super chats and stuff on the Big Thing Clips channel that we do now every once in a while. But like this is the show that we're building. So if you're able to support, please go and get yourself some AG1. The link is in the description, and I pin the top comment. Usually has it as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Green Chef is back. You guys know I've been talking about Green Chef. Green Chef saved me when my family went out of town, and I had a box from Green Chef, and I made everything. I made stuff. I made shrimp dishes. I made chicken dishes. I made all these stuff, and it's really, really just amazing, amazing dishes that Green Chef can send you through the ingredients. It is the #1 meal kit for eating clean with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. You eat clean, easy way with recipes that help manage your weight and support your wellness goals without skimping on flavor. That is a fact. I went nuts. It doesn't take very long, by the way, to make these meals. You follow the instructions. You don't have to. You can make your own things. You can make your own little. I made a few rice bowls and other things that I've done on my own, but I followed the instructions that they sent, the recipes recently, and it was so good. You feel your best this summer with seasonal recipes featuring certified organic fruits, vegetables, organic cage-free eggs, and sustainably sourced seafood. Again, I made myself a few shrimp dishes. I'm a seafood nut. They deliver everything you need to eat clean the easy way. Feel your best with nutritionist-approved recipes packed with clean ingredients that support your healthy lifestyle, and it tastes great too. I'm telling you, I went nuts. I was so excited. I'm loving Green Chef. And a lot of you guys have listened to me and got Green Chef, and you haven't regretted it. Make more time for your summer goals with their convenient step-by-step recipes with options ready in less than 30 minutes. If a dope like me can do it, you can do it too. I think I'm a pretty good cook, actually, and this really been helping me do some more stuff. Anyway, for me, I anything seafood, or I actually made a few burgers and stuff that they sent too. The meat was really delicious. So they have a lot of different options. Go to greenchef.com/thing50 and use that code thing50 for what? 50% off plus free shipping. That's the deal right there. greenchef.com/thing50. Use that code thing50 and get 50% off plus free shipping. I'm telling you, man, they're the best. They're the #1 meal kit for eating well. Green Chef.
I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
What are our thoughts? Brett, you got to answer this first. You're not allowed to speak on this yet,
okay.
Kristian.
Okay.
What's your thought on Kristian wearing a Christmas shirt in July?
Didn't even register with me.
I mean, it's a full-blown Christmas shirt.
Really?
It says naughty or nice with Santa on it.
And it's you just promoted a movie.
Uh-oh.
Roxy just promoted
I didn't
a
say
movie.
what it was.
Wow.
Can we rep?
It's not called
Christmas?
Naughty or Nice?
No.
No, I forget what it's called.
Can we rep? I know what it's called, but I will not speak on it. Can we rep Christmas all year round, or like what's the
Why
deal?
not?
We used to do
Christmas
this thing-
cookies are delicious.
We used to do Christmas in July at summer camp, where we would give each other gifts and things like that. So yeah, for some reason it was always in July. Well, that's probably because that's when summer camp was. I pieced it all together, Rox. I pieced it together.
You got there.
I got
Somewhere.
For some reason, at summer camp, we
Yeah.
Always
only
did
time
it in
we-
July.
Yeah.
We did
you go to
Christmas in
sleepaway
July.
camp.
Oh yeah, every year.
8 weeks or 4?
Just one.
1 week.
Yeah.
It's been.
No, it was only one.
Don't do that.
I never did more than
hate
a.
that.
I don't think
You
I
like
did.
this song?
I don't like that's like a bit people do.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah, it's been happening for a long time.
Don't do that.
Wait,
do
what?
it.
Wait,
Be
what?
better, Roxy.
Yeah.
Wait, they do bare naked ladies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 week since you looked
Oh
at
God.
me.
Oh no.
Got to have the signs and I'm angry.
Yeah,
5
but-
days since you left me.
After what came out about bare naked ladies, I can't believe
What
you're doing
happened?
that. I don't want to talk about it.
You can talk about that.
Well, they've been canceled from.
That was
Are
not
you guys fucking with me or no?
for someone who's not who's caught up in all of it. That's the one you're not caught up on.
Are you being serious?
100%. Pretty good.
No, there was it's just allegations against them and on tour and stuff like that. But it's it's still allegations. It hasn't gone to trial, but that's kind of why I don't want to touch on that one.
Are you messing with me?
Yeah.
You're
Are you
messing
messing
with
with me? God damn.
How's it going, Brett?
I was like, damn, you don't
That's
call
good.
yourself the Bare Naked Ladies if you
you
know
have
you're
to.
going to
No,
have
if
some.
you're going to get canceled.
Yeah, call yourself Fully Clothed Ladies.
Roxy.
Oh, no.
Oh man, look at this.
God damn it.
Roxy. Hey, Roxy, I know you can't talk about projects.
Oh Jesus, I didn't see it.
What, you can see my nuts? Come on, Brett. It's like the drum set. Come on. Roxy. Hey, Roxy.
Question for you guys. Very
Me?
inappropriate.
Me?
Yeah, very inappropriate
Okay, go
question.
ahead. What?
Are all balls and penises the same color as each other?
Well, no. Like, I can tell you that if you put Kristian and, like, say, Winston.
No,
next to-
as each other.
Oh,
balls and the penis.
relative to your own.
Yeah,
your own,
yeah.
I
Because looking at this, I don't know. I feel like it's.
Keep looking. Yeah, keep looking. Come on.
your mic's so high it picks up.
I know.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to go take a shit.
Thanks, big balls.
Oh, your balls are gonna hit the toilet.
They probably
Yeah, I think balls. I think
yeah,
the
they're probably all
skin
the
is the
same.
same.
Yeah.
Ish.
Didn't you ever do like an experiment on anybody you were with?
Yeah, I haven't found a
Oh.
found a pair that are different yet.
No.
I'd like to
Oh,
Okay.
be interested.
I'm sure
That
that's like
wouldn't
a
be-
skin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't be odd to you if it was different.
I don't know, cause like, I feel like I kind of want to stretch one to see like what the actual
Interesting.
color is.
Oh, we've all done it.
All right, well, keep me posted.
It's called bat
All
wings.
right. Well, while we're in this subject, let's get to the lady.
Yeah.
All right. So here's how it works. Last week.
Here's how it works.
Here's how it works.
Tell me how it works,
I will.
Kristian.
So what we did, we had for a long time, and not going to say that this bit is not going to continue on because it's more than a bit than a conversation. Where
It's my life.
It's Roxy's life.
And it's now or never.
All right, so we had
didn't hear about what
many
came out
times
about
over
Bon Jovi?
the dating the dating stories of Roxy have been a ongoing segment on the show, and they will continue to be. But
I had the legitimate worst date of maybe
Really?
my life. Yeah, so we can get to that too.
should we just go there?
No, I mean,
You're there. Go ahead.
it was bad. It was bad.
What
I was
happened?
looking for.
Why is it? What? There's. I feel like there's an array of different things about what
His
was
balls
bad.
and penis were 5 different colors.
No, I think she would have been.
No,
into
I
that.
never-
It was an
we
ombre.
didn't get- we
It was an
certainly didn't
ombre
get there.
to dick
No.
to ball.
We didn't get there, and I haven't been there in so long. Oh my god! But it was bad. It was somebody I was talking to for a long time. I think I told you I was really excited for him to come out here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it went
Crash
terribly.
and burned. Crash and burned.
What happened?
He cried.
Why? Did he listen to the lady and the dog next door and said, "Why can't we have that in our lives?" And then he broke down.
No.
Oh,
I don't know. I think that like really
Something going on?
Men need to get into therapy. They have to.
all men?
Yeah.
Women
Some
too.
men.
People. I think people need to get
People.
into therapy, but I think that it's more taboo with men.
Yeah, I agree.
And your first date can't be a therapy session. It's like
Is that what happened?
kind of. But what ended up happening was he was like. At first, he was like, I don't want to lead you on. And I was like, this is somebody who's out here for the summer. And I was like, I'm really excited to get to know you this summer. I have no expectations. We'll see what happens from there. And then he turned it on me like, so you're just using me for a summer fling? And I was
But
like,
serious.
yeah, like not happy. And I was like, oh, no, I'm just saying.
Are we doing come from a different generation that if we had that conversation about when we were single and the answer was yes to that, like, all right, let's move on.
Yeah,
I said-
thank you.
I said, I'm not using you for anything. I have no idea what this is going to be because I don't know you. So I'm just getting to know you.
Millennial?
And we'll see my age. And we'll see what that is. If we like each other, we'll see what happens there. If we don't really dig each other, no harm, no foul. Nice
Right.
to meet you.
I like that answer.
He was so upset by that.
Oh,
He did not like that.
I'm upset that no woman ever used me for anything.
no shit.
I was always feeling like
Waiting to get used for a while.
Yeah, he cried, and it was like, and I felt bad because like something's wrong, and it was like just such a bummer because I honestly thought we were going to spend a month.
No,
of, like,
I know. It's why you almost didn't come to the
exploring, and
barbecue.
yeah, I didn't see him for that though because I thought we were going to spend a month like just seriously getting to know each other. Who the hell knows what happens from there? But I will never see him again. And once he left, I was like, I think it's time for you to go.
Whoa. You gave him one of those.
Well, we went. It was the whole thing was weird. We went to the Getty, and
When did you go to the Getty? When?
were you at the Getty?
My family was. When?
I'm gonna say this is like a week and a half
Oh,
ago.
no, they went yesterday.
So he had been saying, "I want to go to the Getty. I want to go to the Getty. I want to go to the Getty." When we got there, he was upset we were at the Getty.
But why did he say yes?
He suggested it because
Oh,
he's not
yeah.
from here, and I think he thought it was a landmark. I don't think he looked it up. I think he knew it was a place to go in LA, and he was like, "Oh, I don't really like going to museums." And I was like, "Then why did you
Choose it.
tell me you wanted to go to
Maybe
the
he's
Getty?"
thinking Griffith.
I don't know,
Park
but
or
he was like, "Can we go to the beach instead?" And I was
Maybe
like,
you wanted to go look at some pictures of some Yetis?
I
Yeah.
don't know. So he didn't like. There's a famous Van Gogh at the Getty. I was like,
Yeah.
"You want to go see it?" He was like, "No," and I was like,
wow.
okay, then we could go somewhere else." But then we were going back to my place to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And that's where shit just kind of like hit the fan, where he like first accused me of like wanting too much, then too little, then cried on the couch. Then I told him, I think it's time for you to go. I was like, I can call you an Uber. Then when he left, he called me 2 times, texted me like, and it was just
So there's
like
something going on with this guy.
Yeah.
But we've been talking for months, and he was so motherfucking cool and normal, and I'm just
the
like,
phone.
why are you guys like this? Like, what? That's what I mean by the therapy comment. I'm in therapy, and I need therapy. It's no shade.
I know you're saying.
But if something doesn't feel right, you gotta talk to somebody.
Right. And yeah.
You have to.
I agree. I couldn't agree more.
Because I felt for him sitting
yeah,
there while
right.
he couldn't
But it
figure out
doesn't-
how to express himself or
feeling,
process it.
But feeling for someone doesn't mean you want to be
No.
romantically involved.
no,
with the
I was
person.
just like,
Right.
oh, wow,
Not a good jump off point in a relationship to be
Yeah,
crying
it's
on
one thing if this is someone you were dating for like a
Yeah.
year or 2 years, and you're like, "Hey, I'm having these issues." Then then
Totally.
you're going to be there for them.
I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how am I gonna sleep with this person? Like,
How can they emotionally handle that?
right? Like, it's just gonna be a nightmare. So it was such a bummer because it was months build up of like maybe
Right.
this will be a nice thing, and it wasn't.
Oh.
It was
Right.
a really not nice thing.
Listen.
Well,
Okay.
hey, at least the other ones have been good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're really like bringing me down.
I'm at 0 right now.
Yeah.
I have no.
Like
no
the bit's not
roster,
even
no-
funny anymore.
I know.
Now I'm just like, I just want to give you a hug and just tell you everything's gonna be okay.
So
Just get you a dog.
strange.
Yeah, get you a
Just get
dog
you a
or
dog.
something.
Maybe
and-
just get a pet.
Oh, I saw Ellis the night after the date.
Uh-oh.
Because I went to the store to go watch
Yeah.
some of his new material, and I was telling him about it, and I was like, he was like dying laughing about it. Just like because he ends up hearing about all my dates.
sure.
Yeah.
He was like, no more Canada, no more Philly. You're really crossing off the geography.
Is that
of-
where this guy was?
Yeah.
This guy's Philly. Poor
Yeah,
guy.
you would think that would mean good.
And I mean, look,
East
there are a lot of
Coast.
great people from.
I
from
love Philly. Philly guys
me
I usually
too.
get along with
Me
really
too.
well.
Look, guy might be a great guy and going through some shit.
I think he is a great
Yeah.
guy.
But just not
What
for you.
was that?
Yeah, look, that was a thing. Had a thing.
Yeah.
Look, it is what it is. But now let's get to the main event.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's what happened. Last week, we put a clip out on the Clips channel. We'll probably put a clip out for this one also.
What's really fun
I
is
won't
when
tell the story then. It's
you're,
fine.
no, you're going to tell it. I'm just going to set it up.
All right.
What's really fun is when you're not having sex, listening to somebody else have
I
sex
bet.
every day.
Every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really fun. So now tell the story.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I just wanted them to know.
So Roxy
fun
has
I'm
had a cast of characters in her apartment complex. The little drummer boy is now gone. He was a 2-year-old. Him and his family moved, but they were. This kid was intense. Boom, slamming on the drums, and you could hear it. I mean, the audio that we played
Good
last
rhythm.
week is
I got
good
it.
rhythm. Yeah. I loved his intensity.
Yeah.
I
Me
loved his
too.
intensity.
I did too.
Yeah, it was great. He was. That kid was. He was so far. I like that kid.
Yeah.
But I understand it's also annoying to probably be living there. So then there's the fucking girl, which we're gonna get into, and I asked if she was a woman of the night because they just said there's so many people, and you say it's a different person every time. We couldn't decipher, and Brett couldn't either, because Roxy said last week through the audio that we played that she does not have a dog.
No.
Okay.
Not that I've seen. Do some dogs never go outside?
Sure.
If they have one of those little indoor.
So I've never seen her.
You've never seen her with
I've
a
never
dog.
seen her with the dog. We have those cameras. We monitor everything. I've never seen a dog. So unless she has a dog who's literally never seen the light of day,
Well, no, because you got to take the dog to the poops.
Yeah.
not on the pee
Some
pad,
people
right?
make
It's the more the cat
well, they
stuff.
make these little like indoor carpet things, but usually that's like a garage when it's winter somewhere. If you don't take your dog outside, you should be reported.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I would have seen the dog at
You would have
some
seen the dog
point.
at some
Okay.
point. So there was no dog seen. However, in the audio that we played last week, there seems to be, I thought,
16 dogs.
there was particularly one woman that we thought was the main character, but she says it wasn't because then there's someone in the
Well, there's the
yeah,
which
but
I
then
think's
there's-
the guy. You think
I
is
don't
her.
think it's a guy, but there's something else going. Is it a possibility that she goes both ways?
Definitely possible.
Because maybe those are two women.
A lot of people she brings in have hoods on.
Oh.
So it is
Are you-
hard to see.
Wait, hold on. That's
Not
a,
like hoodies. Hood.
like hoodies.
Yeah, like I can't not
That's-
like.
But that's what I mean. So okay, so if they have hoodies on, walking, are
I-
they covering their face? So this could be a woman in the night.
No,
thing.
but my camera doesn't like show like I'm looking at them knocking at her door, the back of it.
and
So
it's always a different person.
I think so because they have different statures. And I know that her boyfriend and her had a really bad breakup.
I would wonder why.
Yeah.
I think he was an ass.
Maybe also, but so that was the confusing audio last week was where does the dog come from?
Right.
So
then
Roxy
I
sends me this one that came in the other day, and Brett, I don't know what the fuck is going on in
So
this clip.
I want you to know to set this up, Kristian. So I sent this to you at noon. I had been listening to it for an hour at that point,
Okay.
and then I was like, I gotta send Kristian something. She screams at the top of her lungs
Okay.
for an hour, and then this, which I couldn't tell whether it was.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is
listen.
the one I sent.
I don't think you need to put
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I think we're on Bluetooth.
This is the one I sent you. Let's see.
None of those you're pushing are doing anything, by the way.
What is it?
None of those sliders are making that any louder.
No, this isn't.
Yeah, the Bluetooth is on like a,
This one?
No, it's not on anything. Remember, I've turned it all the way up. It's, it's
okay.
at the max.
Oh.
That's a kid.
I don't think that's a kid.
It's not a kid.
It seems like rough.
Is it sex?
That's rough sex.
Could
What's
be
that? What was that bump?
on my wall. Bang, 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 bang.
It sounds like either rough sex or murder.
So that's why I started to feel bad
she safe?
sitting there because I was like, but then I see her, big smile
She's
on,
fine.
walking
course,
out of
yeah,
her
well, then
apartment.
rough sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, because like part of me sometimes I'm like,
Is she attractive?
she's really, really pretty. Yeah, she's really pretty, really cute.
I'm not saying that because I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
Yeah, she's
curious.
a super cute girl.
Yeah.
But so I'm listening to that for a long time, and I'm like, are you okay? And then once I kind of determine that she is okay, because then sometimes it will be more like upbeat, and then again that's from my bathroom, and then my bathroom will start to like shake whatever. So
Do
I'm
you
like,
think she's aware that you can hear? You think she's a voyeur?
I actually don't think so.
Okay.
I think she's fucking clueless. Like, is it evil that I'm listening to that? Like, if something's
Evil?
wrong, then I feel awful. But then she walks out and she's like, "Morning," and I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
"What? What?"
Right. Because
Like,
it's not. Well, that's
what is
well, because it's-
happening?
well, I think because had you not had the sister audio last week,
Yeah.
and it was like a isolated experience, like you got to find out what's going on.
Yeah,
It-
it's a different tone every day.
It seems like it's a different one, and that's like one of many.
Yeah.
Is there more?
They're kind of all sound like that from this day. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to. You'll have to like next time you see her in her hall. I'll give you like a little thing. You'll pat her on the back, and it'll be like a little device.
Oh
that
my God.
records her from
Yeah,
the-
right.
We're gonna bug her. Okay.
Yeah, we got a bugger. It's like this is. I mean, this is crazy.
The muffledness
Because
makes
the thing
it.
is, because well, that's the whole point. She's not putting. So for people who are wondering, like Roxy is not putting audio. Is this a new one?
Yeah.
There's some shit going on in that house, man. Because let's say if how many times do you think you've heard this person have sex? If you were to guess.
If we're calling this sex,
If we're calling this
or
sex,
this type
if
thing,
we're calling this sex, how many times do you think that you have heard her having sex? And
100
Holy
Wow.
shit! So that's why I think
or
that
or 70. I mean, up
All right.
there.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
I've lived there for 2 years.
and you've heard this quite often.
Yeah, for 2 years,
so-
at least once a week for 2 years.
So here is why I think that is definitely sex, because of the amount of times that you've heard it. And I also think that if she is, let's say she's someone, let's say it's a profession.
Yeah.
Right? Then there's people that's into a whole bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
And maybe that's one of the ones where she
She
She's
caters
got-
to that.
Yeah.
I think she just needs no shared walls. She's
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
go somewhere with no shared walls if that's her profession.
She needs to
Or-
up her clientele to get the better place.
for real.
Yeah.
Or it's all different things. Maybe sometimes she's screaming it out. Oh, she started taking singing lessons. Oh, my God.
While she's
I forgot to
fucking?
tell you guys that part.
from her vocal
Was
teacher?
the teacher teaching her
Yeah.
while she was going to town?
I can hear her singing and then
La, la,
waiting
la, la, la.
and then waiting and then singing it again and asking like, is that better or whatever? So
Are you
she
sure
must
it
be
was singing?
taking. Yeah, because it will be songs I know.
Oh.
So I mean, screaming, singing them, or not. Maybe it's the guy. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's happening
There's
in
some
there.
shit with no dog though going around.
In
this
that one,
time.
I didn't hear a dog.
No, the dog was nowhere to be found. That's why.
I mean,
Maybe the person brought over the dog that day.
But we've heard the dog many times. But I guess there could be several
Could
dogs.
be one of the clients.
yeah, these like we couldn't. I want my dog to watch.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, there's
Some weird shit going on, especially in this fucking city.
yeah.
I wonder what is up. And then the mattress is still in her parking spot.
That's amazing. The problem is you're never really gonna know, unless you ask.
Yeah.
So
Can we
what would
put her
the
on the show?
question be?
Will you come on the show?
No.
Oh.
What would the question be if I like, hey, is everything okay? I hear you.
Nobody's
Every day?
Yeah,
Yeah, every day.
I mean,
And all the people that I've played audio of you, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, they
Do you know
say
that
we
thousands
can't
of people
decide-
can't figure out
Yeah.
what's going on in your apartment?
This
We
is
can't
coming
decide
from.
if you're murdering a dog or having sex. We just need to clear this up for our 100,000 followers.
It's just unbelievable that this is coming from my apartment. That's
know.
the audio on my phone from
that's
my
what
apartment.
that's what I'm saying.
like it's one thing if you were like actively putting your phone like towards her door,
Right.
Then it's like fucking weird. If you're sitting in your apartment eating cereal,
I'm waking up. I'm going to pee, and it's like that.
if like so right now, if I recorded audio that's happening right now, and squirrels started going, you'd be like, oh, okay, he's just taping the squirrels. If you're fucking,
Yeah.
and I'm in my living room and I hit record and I can hear you, fair game.
Yeah, that's
I
not.
know, and so I really
It's
genuinely
noise
sometimes
pollution.
I think
Yeah.
about asking her like, what's up? How are we doing?
Right.
'Cause she used to open up to me about the ex.
Ask her. Do you know? You should find out what she does.
I think I do know what she does.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
No, I think I think she's training to be a doctor.
What kind of doctor?
I don't know. I looked
Dr.
it up once.
Feelgood.
For real?
I gotta see if I can find her again.
I don't know about this.
I looked her up once. Oh, I'll see if I can find. Let me try to get more information.
Yeah, you
I
should
will
definitely-
report back.
You got to report back. But I'm very curious what people.
Maybe she's like, ripping guys' nuts off with the pliers or something like that, and that's just them screaming, or hooking up battery cables to some nipples and
Or color.
Sometimes it does sound very masculine. The sounds.
Yeah.
Like the one that you thought was her. That I'm like. Ooh,
maybe she's
sounds
like
a guy to-
BDSM, like maybe she's doing
I'm
some
thinking
dominatrix stuff.
And that particular one was reversed.
Yeah,
Like people are into some kinky shit. I ain't judging.
Play music.
What?
Play music.
Yeah, I know, but maybe she doesn't think the walls are that thin as they are.
Probably because she's never once heard me.
yeah. Oh,
Right. No.
poor Roxy.
I know. Everybody in the comments was like, "You should put on a show back for her." I'm like, yeah,
Right.
if only.
If only. I know.
I mean, and also maybe it's self gratification for her.
It could listen. Like I said,
You never
Sometimes
know.
we can't tell what the noise is. It could.
in no world am I judging any of this.
Oh, not at all.
No.
Not at all. I don't know
we
what
have
the hell.
questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have tons of questions. I have
know.
tons of questions. I just wish. Let's get her on the show.
So she would never.
You don't think? Too shy?
Why would you do that if you?
Depends on what my profession was.
No,
If
you
it
wouldn't
tu-
do it for any profession.
If she's let's say she's an adult film actress.
Yeah.
I don't think
Why
so. I
wouldn't?
would see camera crews, right?
Well, no. Look,
There was
they're
one
getting
time
their
there
reps
was a
in.
photographer going over there.
Right. So you're starting to piece it all together, I think.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, but it is all of the time, and
Yeah.
it is constant, and it's like not as entertaining as it is. It's not nice to
No.
do.
No, I don't think that she really realizes it. But let me ask. I'm going to ask Ariana Finkelstein. What do you think is going on in that apartment?
Some people find pleasure in different ways.
I can't even do the voice anymore.
Slip into a deep conscious. There it is.
No, it's like a Robin Williams voice.
Yes, it's more kind of here. I think she's perhaps struggling with some demons that are coming out.
It's a
Quite
different
literally.
That's why I've never been good with
other
like
one-
impressions and things because I just it's always different.
They possess your body for like 5 seconds and then they leave.
She's gone. But
How's shoes and beef?
So I think we're gonna put it on the. It's doing well on the site, but I think that
Good.
because we wanted to get episode 2. I think we're gonna put episode 1 out on this channel, and we're gonna do it fairly soon. So look for that. Thank you for asking.
yeah.
You're welcome.
All right,
I'm very
Roxy, ready
considerate
to talk about
person.
some movies and TV?
Let's see how it goes.
She mentioned shoes and beef, so
She did. I know.
Sorry.
Let's do your project.
big studio, big
You know, yeah, well, I was
Schmodown
like, okay,
studio,
what can I-
established 2019.
Yeah,
so
no. But there is so much I want to talk to you about.
Just real quick,
yeah.
that noise. I've heard people have sex before, and it's kind of aroused me in some way.
No.
I am troubled by this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that
Me
one.
too. It's
That
not.
one.
It's not sexy. It never. Even the other one. You were.
Well, no, the other no,
You go
wait.
that one.
Well, no, but I meant that one in particular. I should say the other one was humorous because what's the dog doing?
I
can
know.
picture like I could see Diesel Time doing an animation of that first one. This one, it's like it seems. Had you not said that you saw her skipping around with
I
a
know.
smile on her face,
Yeah.
I'd be concerned because it sounds like. With the bump, it sounds like someone's getting the shit beat out of her.
Yeah.
But then and maybe she's beating the shit out of somebody. I don't fucking know. But like,
I went back on the tapes though, and I didn't see anybody enter
reviewed
or
the tapes.
exit her apartment.
Oh.
I looked like 5 hours both.
I don't know what's
directions.
going on. Over
Yeah, I know.
there. I don't know what's going on.
I know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I reviewed the tapes with my client.
As I'm
Right?
putting all the pieces together, I'm like, maybe I got to get more people in the apartment involved.
I think so.
If you were hearing that,
Start a
You
If-
can't.
okay,
but you
if you
can't be
don't
the
know
only
me-
person that heard that.
if you don't know me,
yeah.
and you've met me a few times, but you don't know me, then are you weirded out if I play that for you and say I've been recording her?
Well, I think. Well, at this point, just hopefully they watch the show. What you should say is that it's got so loud that I had to record what I'm hearing, and I'm a little concerned
Yeah,
because I don't know. I mean, that sounds.
I know. I know.
That last one sounded like that. That sounded rough.
It was like for 2 hours like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
2 hours.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours like that. But sometimes it sounded not as like
Did it ever sound like actual like? Okay, they're doing it.
not the way that I do it. So I
well, thankfully, because that's troubling.
I
It's
don't
a very
know.
troubling sound.
it does sound like someone's doing something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And a
something's
lot of
clearly
times
wrong
it does
with
sound like somebody's really enjoying what they're doing.
Okay, but not this time.
For parts of it did, but then parts of it sounded like
It sounded like someone was getting burned.
Yeah.
But you said, but if it's going on for 2 hours and that during some portions of it, it sounded like they were having fun. It
I'm
sounds
obviously not like
BDSM.
standing there for 2 hours and then I'll like take it
Yeah.
out and,
And
then
again,
it'll switch tones.
it's muffled through a wall, and with your recording,
Yeah.
you got to get a better recording equipment. I think
Yeah,
that's
for
the,
sure.
That's the
Brett,
key.
you go over and
Hook
just
up
sit
the
over there
Rode
with,
mic.
with
yeah.
some of the stuff that we
I got
have.
some wireless mics. I'll
That's
throw
it.
under the
She
door.
does. She always looks so happy when I see her.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean, I think that we know why. We don't really have much to talk about past this today because we can't yet. So you need to figure
Well,
out.
you do your thing.
I wanted to talk to you about one of these movies because we're on different pages and people want us to talk about it.
Yeah,
about
we
the
are on different pages.
So, anyway, if you want to check out my out of the theater reaction for both Oppenheimer and Barbie, you can check it out. In the Oppenheimer one, Ellis, yeah, sure. Sheridan is with me on that one, so you can go and check that out. And it's already approaching close to at this point, it might be close to 100K.
That's amazing.
So we are excited to get those out to you. We're going to be doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming up. We got the Haunted Mansion one coming up. So make sure you check that out. You can check out Roxy at Roxy Stryer everywhere on the twits and everywhere else, and Threads and whatnot.
Threads.
Is it blowing up now, I guess?
I heard that it's already dying down.
It seems like
Uh-huh.
it.
What's
Yeah.
up with the blue sky thing?
Oh, did you not get the invite for that?
No, I
yet?
did.
Oh, okay.
Just-
I've never used
Is that a thing? Yeah, me neither.
I've never used it.
I don't know.
I heard that was the thing, and then Threads was the thing, and now Threads dying down. And
It's going to be hard to, but didn't they do Twitter? Then they tried to do that thing where they limited how many things, and then then they stopped. They realized that was a disaster, so they stopped doing it.
maybe.
Because haven't seen anything about that. I think
don't
they
know.
tried it, and they probably lost thousands of people that day, if not hundreds of thousands, and then said maybe we don't do that.
In the jerkiest comment of all time, once I lost my verification on Twitter and other people lost theirs, it became like a useless tool for me because I can't see what
Right.
people are saying that are
Yeah.
my friend. Like,
Right.
it just doesn't work anymore for me. And also, the news section doesn't work anymore. They just
Have
don't
you not
do
been
it.
using it as much?
I very rarely
Yeah, I
because
do
it
it
just
to, like,
doesn't
tweet.
work.
I
Yeah,
just tweet.
sometimes,
Like,
but
I'll
like I
tweet it,
can't
like,
see
promote, I
your
should say.
stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
I have to go and click on you. You don't pop up on my stuff at
Oh,
all.
right,
Like none
okay.
of my friends do anymore. All of the people who do what we're doing, they don't. It doesn't even doesn't work.
Yeah. So
I was just going to promote something, but I don't think I can until I find out from the SAG reps.
Oh, if you're allowed to or
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! Isn't that the just? It's like you work so many years and then
What I will say is this: you can go and check out Katie's show. Katie's show is coming up on the 22nd in San Diego. If you're able to be there at the American Comedy Company, well, it's sold out as far as in person. But
what
you
is she
can-
doing for the show?
So we're going to talk about, because the show is the blah blah blah, and we're going to talk about her getting into podcasting, just some of the stories we've been telling. We put out an episode yesterday that was just
You're doing a live taping of the podcast of the two of you guys.
yeah. So basically, what it is, if you get the live stream, you can watch kind of the raw footage of how the show is going to, like, if there's anything in general that's not going to make the actual cut, you get to watch that, and you can do all this stuff. And I think Ellis is going to do like 20 minutes and kind
cool.
of lead into it, so you'll be able to watch that. But there's like a code for people right now on that show also, is that if you shoot, do you remember what the code is?
Does this come out before that, or did
it already come out?
Oh,
So
those are gone.
you think that they're gone?
Oh God.
Oh, there's
What, it
50
was
of them.
50 of them, yeah.
Well, they might still be there,
But
basically,
it's go on to that episode. It was
blah 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 Katie.com.
50 off. I mean, it
It's
was
like
you
I think it's
goofed on
San
her.
Diego 50.
Yeah.
It's San Diego 50, and if the first 50 people who got the streams could get 50% off of the actual live stream if they go now.
Yeah, they're gone.
You think that they're gone?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because when we put it up, like within, I think you're right, because within the first, I think it was 15 minutes of the episode being up, our rep said, you guys have sold 25 already.
Yeah.
So maybe they're gone. Either way, you can go, and I know there's other discounts and stuff that she's doing, so check that out, blah, 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 Katie.com. I hope that we see you there on the stream. I hope we see you there in person. And that's it. So for Brett Sheridan, Roxy Stryer, and myself, we shall see you guys on the flip side.
Oh. What are you, my neighbor?